This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, the member of the Supreme Council and ruler of Sharjah, has attended the opening of the Hefaiyah Mountain Conservation Centre, showcasing the rich biodiversity of a wide variety of habitats residing in the Hajar Mountains, including many endangered species. His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan toured the various enclosures at the newly set up conservation centre located at the base of the Hajar Mountains outside Kalba, and also thanked officials for their support in successfully setting up the centre. His Highness was briefed about the various types of animals held in captivity and their conservation efforts, as some of them are classified as critically endangered and extinct in the world. Centre officials stated that the landscaped animal enclosures and imaginative displays will draw visitors closer to the wildlife of the mountains and display the strong connections that exist between them. Officials highlighted that through conservative initiatives and community education, they are committed to protecting both the landscape and the wildlife for future generations.
We launched today this center, the conservation center. So it's contain 30 species of animal which represent the mountain habitat. The mountain habitat, especially in UAE, most of the people, they are not aware about this, the value and the biodiversity here in the mountains. So we focus now. This is an unique center, and we focus about the awareness and show the people how many species we have, especially in this lovely mountain. We are now in Hajar Mountain, so Hajar Mountain is very important for UAE and the whole Arabian Peninsula. So the main of this center to focus about the biodiversity.
We run breeding programs across a whole variety of species, but in the Arabian Peninsula there are many kinds of animals, taxa we call them, that are unique to this habitat, to this area. And so for us it is absolutely right and proper that a zoo like this fantastic new centre, concentrates on its local fauna, amazing fauna, unique things that you can't find anywhere else in the world. And we have to manage these animals collectively across a number of, to keep populations of animals in perpetuity, you need quite a lot of them. So you need a lot of zoos working together. So Arabian leopards, Arabian wolves, Arabian taha, all these things are highly specialised, highly sensitive and special to this region. And so we try to run those breeding programs in a scientific way and also in an empathetic way, so that animal welfare and animal husbandry is critical to the process as well.
One of the animals held in captivity at the centre was the Arabian leopard, which is endemic to the Arabian Peninsula. Categorized as critically endangered and rapidly decreasing in numbers, there are an estimated 250 leopards in the wild, and if not protected, Arabian leopards may soon become extinct. A special zone for nocturnal animals was also on display, highlighting the climatic conditions supporting a unique ecosystem, including different flora and fauna at the Hajar Mountains. Also, new artworks have been commissioned for the centre to celebrate this heritage, while also connecting the animals and the landscape with the visitor.
As an artist, I have the control to create as many of whatever I want to. So I have this ability, and it's almost godlike to be able to create as many foxes as I choose. So, but that's an illusion. And the way that the image is that it becomes kind of like a wallpaper. And I think that's how we think about a lot of these issues, is that it's just literally wallpaper. It's in the background of our thoughts. And then there's one red fox by itself that is the one, perhaps the last one, the final one.
Ahead of a UN session, the UAE has issued a statement seeking a separate department to pay more attention to the people with disabilities in emergency situations. According to local daily, Reem Ibrahim Al-Manai, the UAE permanent mission to the UN office in Geneva, released the statement ahead of the 31st regular annual session of the Human Rights Council's discussion on the human rights of persons with disabilities. The statement referred to the importance of Article 11 of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which defines and strengthens the state's obligations under the international humanitarian law to ensure the protection and safety of persons with disabilities in situations of risk, including armed conflicts, humanitarian emergencies, and natural disasters. The statement also highlighted the importance of setting up a department that can be in charge of emergencies so as to allow access for people with disabilities whenever necessary. The report added that with respect to the UAE's dealing with the Article 11, the statement pointed out that the activation of the article is subject to several local and federal institutions in the country, most notably the National Emergency and Crisis Management Authority. They ensure the protection of persons with disabilities in the event of emergencies, but not limited to registration of persons with disabilities. It also identifies their places of residence in each emirate and maintains their records in the local offices of the authority in order to reach their places of residency easily. The General Department of Organizations Protective Security and Emergency of Dubai Police is planning to deploy an all-women squad patrol across the Emirates markets in order to rein in theft and fraud. According to a local report, the decision has been taken after several incidents involving crime related to female shoppers in local markets. According to the police, the presence of the female squad will help to avoid embarrassment of all parties when dealing with issues involving women. The squad members will be selected from police women appointed at various police stations who have the necessary experience and training. The report also added that one of the mandatory criteria for these new officers is that they can speak both English and Arabic. Initially, as part of the trial, 2 police women have been deployed in Dera Gold Souk. This will be followed by a deployment of 2 more police women in Dubai near Al Fahidi Street. Road Safety UAE and Qatar Insurance Company have presented the findings of the second cycle of the UAE Road Safety Monitor, a detailed perception study of UAE driving behaviour. The cycle was conducted by YouGov in February 2016, based on the views of a representative sample of more than 1,000 UAE residents. According to the findings, respondents applaud the efforts of the UAE government to build new roads, bridges and access roads, with 79% reporting that road infrastructure has improved in the last 6 months, which represents an increase compared to the 2015 cycle. 51% of the respondents say they enjoy driving on the UAE's roads more than 6 months ago, compared to 24% who enjoy it less. Nearly 65% of respondents reported that their commute is taking longer than 6 months ago, with a lucky 19% enjoying a quicker drive to work. The study also revealed that whilst the government works hard to improve road facilities, the driving culture remains a big challenge. 56% believe the UAE's roads have become more dangerous in the last 6 months, compared with only 22% who say they have become safer. A matter of concern is the perception of young drivers aged 18 to 24 years, who are often referred to as underestimating the dire effects of dangerous driving, with only 45% stating that driving has become more dangerous, whereas in the last cycle this value stood at 57%. 67% of respondents say they have seen more speeding vehicles on the roads in the last 6 months. 64% perceive more tailgating, 79% more distracted driving, and 69% more abrupt lane changing. In regards to fines and accidents in the last 6 months, 19% of the respondents have been in traffic accidents and 24% received traffic fines. The price of fish in the UAE has gone up by around $5 per kilo after the country introduced new trawling regulations this month. The UAE Ministry of Environment and Water has implemented a temporary ban on fishing that is in place from the 1st of March to the 30th of April. The ministry ban aims to control the problem of overfishing and the depletion of fish stocks, which long-term have a negative impact on the local fishing community. Some of the measures taken by the ministry include a clampdown on illegal fishing trap methods and new licensing requirements for fishing boats. However, according to local reports, some fish vendors have reported a shortage as a result of the restrictions, with prices in turn soaring. The price of kingfish is currently around 40 dirhams per kilo compared to around 25 dirhams per kilo last year, while hamur now costs 30 dirhams per kilo and prawns cost up to 80 dirhams per kilo. And finally, in the bulletin, while many elite athletes were seeking to build their form in the lead up to the Rio Olympics this year, thousands of residents and tourists flocked over to the capital to take part in the World Triathlon held over the weekend. The UAE capital once again played host to the opening round of World Triathlon Series as over 130 elite male and female runners joined the race to earn valuable points for Olympic qualification. The ITU event in the capital featured a challenging 1.5-kilometre swim, 40-kilometre bike ride and 10-kilometre run overlooking the Corniche. While the main races gained much of the attention, the age group category, open for the general public and all fitness levels, proved to be popular this year, with over 2,000 participants. The category had featured 3 distances to suit people of all abilities, which included sprint, Olympic and maxi for swimming, cycling and running, which attracted competitors from over 70 countries. Organisers described it as a sellout event due to a large participation of many athletes who used the opportunity to record their personal bests and improve their overall fitness levels. While there were some who showcased brilliance at the circuit to end with a podium finish, for many crossing the finish line was a major milestone itself by setting a new target to beat for next year.
I'm very glad to have won this race. I train a lot in Switzerland, between 15 and 20 hours per week, so it's really good for me. I did a very good swimming and a very good biking. It was just difficult for the running because of the warmth. It was really difficult, but I tried to drink a lot of water and then I could finish the race. It was really nice for me.
I train regularly for triathlon. I try and do something every day. We've had a bit of a busy week this week though. I moved house on Sunday and then my little boy, I've got a 2-year-old, he's been sick, so we haven't had much sleep all week. So I didn't really feel that prepared coming into the race today. I was tired, I've missed training sessions, but really happy with the result overall. It's been a really good day. I really like this event. I did it last year, won last year as well. And it's just a really good event, really good atmosphere. Very well organised as well. They've improved a lot this year as well, which is really nice. So it's been a great day overall.
This triathlon is amazing. I've been doing this triathlon since it started, and it's quite hot today, but everything was amazing. The 4 laps, I did the maxi distance, and the 4 laps is like all people cheering. So I think that's what I like most about this triathlon, is you're never alone. You're always with people cheering you, and just that keeps you going.